Welcome back to another episode of Podcast P, presented to you by PrizePicks, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original. I hope everybody out there had a happy new year and off to a great start in the year of 2024. As always, I got my guys, Dallas Rutherford and Jackie Long.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, fellas, how we doing? How we doing to start the year out?
Doing great, but speaking of New Year's, we got to talk about the Paul George New Year's party that we just attended.
A little shindiggy.
I need some water.
You thirsty?
No, I just need water from your party still. I'm still kind of intoxicated. Need a little H2O, man.
Let's talk about the infamous Clippers picture, which somehow this guy made it. You know, Jackie gonna get in that picture somehow, some way. He would get
right in the center too.
He'd get right up in there.
It was a suit, brother. It was a suit.
Hey, Jackie was looking sharp on New Year's. You know what I mean?
Sir.
I like that. He had a nice little fit on. But let's talk about the New Year's party, man. Paul threw a great little party, and we had a blast. Did you guys end up having a great night, or what?
Man, listen, your party was amazing.
It was a good time, man.
I think I'm the only one who followed directions and wore a suit, but you look good, brother. I like your pants and your jacket you had on.
Appreciate that.
It was sharp. You matched well. You know what I'm saying? And I was representing for Podcast P because you didn't come. So, I mean, you was there, but you didn't come in the picture.
Oh, yeah.
So I was representing.
We don't, you know.
Why you didn't get in?
It was a team picture.
It was not.
I mean?
Are we on a team right now?
We're on the Podcast P team.
That's all that matters. There's no I in team,
Now
brother.
definitely could have joined.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I didn't know what was going on. Probably 45 minutes to an hour into that, but it was a great event. You and the wife threw it was a beautiful party. Good
Shout
vibes,
out to
good energy.
Shout out
good
to
drinks,
Daniela.
Yeah.
good people, good music.
Good music, good
boy.
food.
Oh, the food.
The steak was hitting.
Good food.
I ain't gonna lie though, like we was getting so lit that I forgot we were at a restaurant. Like,
so you forgot too?
I forgot food was being
So you
served.
forgot some things too?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It just
I'm
came
just
a point in
saying.
time where I'm looking around and I see people chewing and I'm like, oh yeah, like there's food here.
Yeah. I was
P,
like,
I don't think we ate nothing that they brought out like at the time when they brought it
Nah,
out.
they didn't. My steak was cold as shit, but it was good. It was good when I ate it.
yeah, I left my jacket at the event, so I don't have the new jacket. That's gone. But the most impressive part, which I got to talk about this, was the next day. You know, P will attest to this. Like, if we go out, it's a night out, no one's hearing from me for at least 24 hours
Oh, yeah,
on a night
easy.
like that. Like, I'm not, nope, but I blame Zubac and I blame Norm
Yeah.
for getting me to the level that I ended up getting to. But the next day, me and the wife were watching the game. And I'm like, there is no way.
Yeah.
And this
There's
fool out there
no
balling.
way that they go out there and they play this game. And you guys played well, but you did, in your face at least, I'm like, okay, you got to be feeling it a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way they perform, and you guys played fantastic.
Nah, I was concerned. I was concerned. I was concerned, not for myself, because I was lit, but I didn't drink that much.
It was remember during the night you took that,
Yeah. Shout out my guy Mike, Art Mob, and Fawn. Beautiful people. They gave me this like remedy for hangovers, so I took that shit early.
yeah, I saw him. I'm like, dang, bro, slow down. He's like, nah, it ain't a shot. I'm like, okay, bro.
And I think that definitely helped because I felt fine that next morning.
I slept in my suit.
Figured it out.
In your suit.
I slept in my suit. Yeah, I was sweating like a motherfucker. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like,
That
I got
boy
the
was
heater
casket
on.
fresh, boy.
Yeah,
You didn't
but
know you was
if
playing with fire.
Listen to what you said.
He was already ready for his casket.
Listen to what he said. You said that lets you know we had a great
We
time.
did have a good time.
We don't remember nothing really.
Yeah, we did have
It
a
was
good time.
fun, man. We're taking a brief break from the episode, but look, the NFL season is getting closer to playoff time, and PrizePicks has got you covered when it comes to helping you make some money.
That's right, baby. This season, I am cashing in all type of big praises, baby. I don't even care what they say, but PrizePicks is helping me cash in. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy app, and with the NFL playoffs around the corner, you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. PrizePicks is really simple to play now. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds.
It's also that time of the year where many sports are happening at the same time. And of course, PrizePicks allows you to pick combo projections across football and basketball with specials so you can support all your teams while still cashing in.
Look, I know for me, I've been cashing in. I don't know about you, Dallas, but we'll say that for another day like we always be. But until then, Be sure to visit prizepicks.com/podcastp and use code podcastp for a first deposit match up to $100. And y'all know what we say about this time.
Cha-ching!
Now back to the episode.
So moving on, I want to talk to you guys about the NBA trade deadline. And for NBA fans, it's always a fun, interesting time where you get the Woj bombs and things of that nature. But a lot of these teams right now are trying to reconstruct the rosters to make a playoff push. But some of the all-stars that are in the headlines that could be potential trade candidates are guys like Pascal, Zach LaVine, a few other guys. But knowing those two players, where do you think a good fit for them would be?
I saw them put in Pascal and Kuminga in a trade. And I thought about it and I was like, that's a win for both sides. Like, obviously, Golden State would have to add more just from contract meeting up. But that is a trade that works for both sides. Because Pascal, like, the reason he was good with that, team, obviously Kawhi was a big factor into the reason they won. But I think he can be number one option, but that's not where he's the best at. Right. I think him being the second, third option is where he can really shine because he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. He can defend, he finishes, he can shoot the three ball. Like he can do a little bit of everything. And I think it works perfectly playing with Steph, playing with Clay. They spread the floor. He can rebound. He can play make. So I saw that trade and I was like, that really works for both sides. And then Kuminga coming into his own. Toronto's kind of in this rebuild, but ready to get better and win now mode right now. They just traded for RJ quickly. Those are young guards. They have Scotty Barnes there now. And then you add another young guy like Kuminga. That could be a fun team for years to come. So I think that trade, that would be a great trade for both
Where
parties.
were they talking about with LaVine? I've kind of heard some stuff, but who
They were saying the
Lakers. I seen him leave for the Lakers.
Who would
What
the
you
Lakers
mean?
give?
They need a whole new squad.
Yeah,
Shit.
but who would the Lakers give for Zach LaVine?
Everybody?
Is what I'm saying.
Shoot, somebody, I don't know.
I feel like
Everybody
they
at this
got it.
point.
Like you got to throw in like Austin Reeves, like
For sure.
That's an easy, yeah. I mean,
Austin.
that's what I'm saying. That's
But
not
I'm just-
enough.
Russ.
Rui,
Yep.
Rui
Russ.
Hachimura. Oh,
Yeah,
Russell,
no,
D'Angelo
D.
Russell.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
talking
okay,
about
my
that
bad.
Or
one.
yeah, D'Angelo Russell. Just because I'm trying to think like money matching
D'Angelo
up.
Reeves. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting trade. Because I don't,
And what's that
Brian
play that
needs
light
to
skin?
rock. Zach LaVine needs to rock.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how. Like
I don't
you
know
need
why they
guys
looking.
that can play off the ball and be fine with it if you're going to the Lakers.
I can see Zach on a Minnesota Timberwolves or something with A. Edwards.
Going back to Minnesota.
I can see that.
But
can
who would
see
they
him.
give up? Like, there's not a lot
They
of.
got to give up Conley and one of them big men.
Conley.
Whatever his name. Get
No,
away
that's
Conley.
his name. That's his name.
Get
But
rid-
he's just
get
an
rid of
older
Conley
player.
and
Yeah, so you just want Chicago to
Yeah.
just rebuild, just put
I'm
them
just
straight
saying,
to rebuild.
I don't see him on the Lakers.
That I will say it's the toughest job being a GM and having to figure out like, all right,
Your guy did good.
he's doing awesome.
He did
ain't
great.
He's doing awesome.
Your guy did great.
But I did see DeMar and Caruso linked to the Lakers too, and that wouldn't be a bad trade because DeMar is. I know we talked about. I just said people like needing to play off the ball and needing the ball. I think DeMar is so good at playing. Like he needs the ball, but he can play off the ball.
Mhm.
He can cut. He can. He has his post-up isolation modes. He can play make. Like, I think he's just as good.
Caruso doesn't need the ball at all.
Caruso doesn't need the ball. He's an energy. He's going to make plays.
So
he can
good.
play make. Who else is out there? Like, what other trade? I seen DeJounte Murray was in a trade talk. What trades, Dow, you would like to see?
I don't know about a trade. I'm going to pivot a little bit, but I saw this post and I was like, man, that would be cool because they're both dominated the league for so long, but they're both getting older. Both teams are struggling right now. And again, I don't know how this would, I don't know what kind of, it'd more be like his contract expires and he goes signs, but LeBron and Steph Curry.
Both leaving?
Both being on the same team.
Or both teaming up?
Whether that means him coming over to LA or him going to Golden State.
You think that's a possibility?
Why not? Their teams both are struggling. They're both
That
old.
would be crazy.
It would be cool, is all I'm saying. Like, it would be cool to see them two play on the same team in an
LaMelo
NBA
and
game.
Zion would be cool.
Get the son
too.
in there,
LaMelo
Bronny.
and Zion pairing.
That'd be nice.
That would be cool too.
That would be nice because they're the future. They still growing. They still young. That'd be a hell of a duel right there.
Yeah.
What about
LaMelo,
Luka
Ball, and Zion.
and Jokic.
Oh,
that was gonna be
that's
another one of mine.
nasty too.
Who would you trade
That's
though?
nasty.
If Denver were to trade for Luka, who would they have to give up? Porter, Murray,
Murray, Porter.
whole squad.
Everybody.
Yeah, you got
throw Reggie in there.
yeah.
Reggie might stay. He might get lucky and stay.
You got
Justin.
You got a clean house. If you're gonna trade for Luka, you got a clean house, and I need like 4 future first round picks too.
Yeah. Luka's not going anywhere. I know that.
Yeah, he got fucking $500 million coming.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shout out Mark Cuban. Did you see what he did?
What'd he do?
Yep. The bonuses.
The
for
bonuses.
I'm hoping Podcast P does something like that. Did you see it?
So Mark Cuban.
Talk to me.
So Mark Cuban, he sold a majority stake of the Mavericks during that process. He was thanking all of the people, the staff that work for the Maverick organization, basically donating $35 million extra in bonus to people that worked
The staff and stuff.
the staff. That's dope.
Then
That's
Everyone.
I remember putting the application in.
Well, yours would be you might not get as much because the value in it is people that has worked a long time.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's obviously whoever worked longer would get paid or a bigger bonus, but
I wish I could see the breakdown of that because it goes on like how long you've been working there, and there's some type of formula that he said is going to be what your payout of that, $35 million is. But definitely, that's awesome.
yeah, that's dope.
He's doing it right.
That's
Rich
dope.
people shit, man. Speaking I'm just
Speaking of rich
just
people
He's
saying.
still
shit,
feeling good from New Year's.
we all are.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm not gonna say nothing. But I'm gonna tell you somebody who been I want to talk about somebody who been balling this year so far. Joel Embiid, man. The boy been having an outstanding season, especially in December. He said he been averaging 41 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.9 blocks. I'm gonna ask you this: what's the most thing that has impressed you this season watching him, and how do you stop or slow down a dude this big, man?
I think the most impressive is obviously his availability. You talk about Joel and being injured and not playing games. But for the most part, he's held up. He's been playing. But how do you stop him, bro? You can't. You cannot stop him. He should average 41 this year. You can't stop him. He's too big. He's agile. He can shoot. He can step out from the 3-point line. He's just a big body. He's our generation and our version of Shaq. I'm sure how teams had to match up with Shaq. There's nobody we can put on Shaq.
Right.
Bro, there's nobody you can put on Joel. He's going to punish. He's going to, you put a big on him, he's going to go around him. You put a small on him, he's going to punish him. He plays the big spot how big it's supposed to play.
He got a nice step back.
He got it all.
That's
Step
crazy.
back.
To be that tall.
He doing the Euro. What big man fucking got the Euro down?
He's funny too, bro.
And he's funny.
Yeah, he's hit it. The best part, I think it was he made a play and Pat Bev could see he was about to hit him with and so Pat went and grabbed him and he's like, no. He was like, okay.
I'm a big fan of Joel, man, and he's someone that we got a good relationship. I got a good relationship with Joel. Every All-Star, we chop it up. We got to get the big fat. We need a bigger seat. Definitely got to get a bigger seat.
I mean, that's your buddy. Call him up.
I definitely am a big fan of Joel. Let me put Coach Jackie into the seat.
Talk to me. I like this.
Let me put Coach Jackie in the seat. Right? You playing Philly?
Okay.
How are you going game plan against Joel?
What team I'm on?
What team am I
You got to give me a team so I can say who I'm gonna put on.
You with us? You a Clipper?
Okay.
Come on now.
All right, this is a good one then. It's gonna be a weird. This is who I'm gonna start. You said I'm on the court too, or you just said my team,
coach.
my game. I'm coaching. I'm gonna put Harden, Kawhi, Plumlee, and Zubac. That's the starting 5.
You going to have 2 bigs?
I gotta have that. Embiid.
Okay.
I'm trying to slow him down, get him in trouble. I would think once we slow him down and get him out the game plan, that the other dudes are so used to always giving him the ball, they gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
So if I got Plumlee and Zubac shutting him down,
Yeah.
I think we it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have two big men that's aggressive and one that's how big about the same size as him. You gotta have somebody bumping him, getting into him to make him get mad and angry, like, oh, they making me flop, they
Yeah.
making me trip, where you take him out of his game and the other team just gotta shoot. And then you got a player like you, James Harden. Yeah, I think Embiid's not that fast. He's big. He's big, but he's not that fast.
Yeah.
So y'all can get a lot of fast breaks if you got them dudes boxing him out when they brick or something.
That's
y'all
true.
on the run.
That's true. That's true. That's bunky.
That's how
Basketball question though, because I was thinking like, what would I do? How come in the NBA, and maybe I'm just way off, you never see anybody like in college basketball? There's a couple of ways to play the post. You can play behind them, you can side them, or you can get in front of the post. I feel like never in the NBA do they like rotation basketball on the defensive end. Like, how come you never see anybody front the post with a hard help on the side where they got to do a skip pass to?
Yeah. Nah, we do. Like, we do. That was actually a game plan for New Orleans, but Zion rarely posted. But that was our game plan.
To front him?
Was to front him, force the ball over if we could. If he caught it, then we would trap him right on the spot. You know, that's kind of how you got to guard or prevent those guys, Joel, from getting touches.
Coach Jackie.
But teams are smart. So like I think the adjustment, and that's how we used to try to guard Joel. The adjustment, they would put him in the middle of the free throw line. So then now, where do you double him?
Exactly, because he got the option to go, because he can
can't.
three, he can go, you can't do nothing.
That's
hard.
You put him in the middle. You put him at the free throw line, and you post him up right there. So now he opens up, and he can see both sides.
Everything. He can
If you double me this way, I can see that. If you double me that way, I can see that. Like I have and I'm too big. One dribble and I'm right at the rim.
Hey.
Speaking of other big men in the league, the Joker, Nikola, had a game winner against the Golden State Warriors. What a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know he gets a lot of criticism for not caring about basketball. You know, he's just kind of nonchalant. What'd you do in the summer? Like, didn't touch a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But his expression winning that game winner was probably the most animated I've seen him in a while. But, Pete, did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game. I did see the game winner, though. I saw it on Instagram. And the reaction and his, celebration. And, yeah, I love that moment. But I hate that people, don't allow that to be normal.
Right, like it meant nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just
season.
like when people see that, it's like, oh, he's showing emotion. Like, it's just, I hate that. Like, they do the same shit with Kawhi. Like,
right.
allow him to have that moment. Like, don't make it a joke now because he's showing emotion that you're not used to seeing. And now, like, it's funny. Like, so, like, now, like, in those situations, like, damn, can I be myself?
Can I be myself?
You know what I mean? But I mean, it was dope. I did read some of the comments and it was funny. Some of the comments. Man, he just happy that he can go home now. Yeah. He happy the game's over. But nah, I mean, we just spoke about Joel. Jokic is another different beast. They're same animals, just different beasts. And he's. How do you stop him too?
Yeah.
Right. You talk about a center. Think about that. They threw the ball to him full court to go dribble down for the game winner. Bank. Bucket. That's crazy.
He awesome.
At the center position. Give it to him. Like he's gonna put this game away for us from fucking dribble up with 3-4 seconds left. Like that's crazy when you put that in perspective.
Do you think we'll see more? Because, for a while it was kind of like there's no more big men in the NBA. It's a small ball, fast-paced 3-point shots. But do you think that we'll see more bigs kind of like them too moving forward in the league?
Absolutely. We're seeing it now. Look at Chet. Look at fucking Wemby and Giannis going at it. Look at
that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
Think about like Bobo against us. His last 2 games been balling.
Yep.
You think about like the next evolution. Cooper Flagg, 6'10", 6'11", can do a little bit of everything. Like, I think that's the next phase of basketball. Like, there will be no more 6'2" point guards, 6'3" point guards. Like, the point guard position is going to be like 6'6" now. Like, the centers is going to be, 7'4", 7'5". Like, wings is going to be 6'11". Like, it just evolution.
The game really gonna change.
Everybody's getting taller, bro. Like,
No more Peyton Pritchards?
no.
That's crazy. It's really, the game really gonna change.
The game is changing. We're watching it change right now.
That's crazy.
One thing we do have to talk about, which I forgot, if you guys could just keep it down for the rest of the episode, because the baby sleeping.
The baby is
Right
asleep.
there. He's just a little. Let's
Put
keep
the
it quiet
baby
on
down.
set.
Change the baby diaper.
Walk us through that, bro, because that's been going everywhere.
No, that was funny. That was funny.
Russell, man.
That was funny. I hit the shot. I turned around. They called a timeout. I turn around, going to the bench. Here comes Russell. So, like, I didn't. Shout out GTA. Shout out Jose. That's my guy. I rock with Jose a lot. And, like, it was just a funny situation. I turn around, I see Russ rocking a baby. So initially, it's just like my arms did the shit too. So then I took it a step further, like giving Russ the baby. He takes it a step further. The cameras didn't actually see this part. He go, give me that little motherfucker. So he takes the baby, brings it to the bench or to the chairs and sits it down.
What do you do? Put a blanket on it?
Then put the towel on him. Man, Russ is just funny, dog. Russ
We
is
gotta ask
funny.
Russ. I want to know do the baby got a name?
The baby.
We need to know if the baby got a name.
It's always a new baby.
Yeah.
It's always a new
It's
baby
always a
because
new
he's baby
baby.
it is. Okay.
Dog, Russ is.
So I guess
Yeah.
that was, what was the dude? Baby Sneak?
Baby.
That was on Baby
Yeah.
Sneak. The one who always try to sneak the sneak.
Yeah.
What's his
Sneak
name?
the steals, little
He
GTA,
had
little
Bobo
Jose.
the other day. Had him with the
Yeah, he
baby
did,
sneak.
baby Bobo, didn't he?
Hilarious.
Baby Bobo. Yeah.
P, I want to talk about your game against the Phoenix Suns.
Talk about
the
it.
most highly anticipated game, and we know it's because for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
But I want to know from you, P. I was wondering, do you have a specific routine that you follow before a high-profile game like that in the season? And is there a certain level of preparation that you go through before a game like that?
Nah, nothing different than what I always do. I don't add no extra context to any game. But I will say there are some games that you get a little bit more up for to play than others, and that was definitely a game that I was ready to play and was going to
balling.
enjoy to play. But there's nothing that I'm doing extra to like prepare, for that game. It was a regular game.
You probably just played more Call of Duty that day.
I probably did a little bit. My kills was higher for some reason.
For some reason.
I was a little more aggressive, pushing a lot more for some reason, But yeah, it was, like I said, it was nothing. It was a regular game.
Because it's so funny. I was waiting on that game too.
You was waiting on that one?
I was waiting on it, P. And you showed out, boy.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say that boy showed out too.
Yeah,
He showed out too.
He's a good player. He's a great player.
Yeah.
If we're talking basketball, like he's a great player.
Yeah.
But the extras is where I stand on business.
Come on. Did you stand on it?
The extras where I stand on business.
So none of your teammates, no one was kind of like yo P, nobody.
I'm so over. Like I'm so far. Like that happened. Like we talked about it. Like I'm not somebody that's going. I don't dwell on the past. Like I'm not a person that's like I did this in my past and my my career was this. Like I focus on what's in front of me and what I can do next. Like that shit happened. That shit over with. Like
Did our previous guest say something about it?
who?
Stephen A.
He did.
He did?
Did
He
you
did.
I
already?
didn't catch it.
No,
I want to know what he.
Oh no.
Like
He
his
didn't.
response.
Because
Nah,
he was waiting on that game
He
as
was.
well. So I just didn't hear nothing about it. So I was like, P definitely
It was
stands
a
on
regular
business.
game. It was a regular game.
In that same game, but the lead up to the game, your former coach, Frank Vogel, referred to you as a very special person to him and that he's always rooting for you, just not when you're playing against him. But He coached you for your first 6 seasons of your career, but what is your current relationship with Frank Vogel? And maybe you could share a story of like an early moment in your career that really brought you guys close.
No, I ton of love for Frank. Forever indebted to Frank Vogel and his family. People that don't know, so when I first got drafted to Indiana, you're assigned to, at that time, there wasn't player development. There wasn't like, that just wasn't around in the league. Like the assistant coaches were working out the players. You assigned a couple players. Each assistant coach was assigned a couple players. In today's NBA, there's development. There's coaches that are strictly just developmental coaches that helps the players and rebounds and get shots and put them through drills, not the actual assistant coaches. So back then, Frank was my guy. Frank Vogel was assigned to me, and he's an assistant at this point. Jim O'Brien's the head coach. So we built a great relationship and rapport first in Summer League. Frank Vogel was the head coach for Summer League. I was his guy, me and Lance, right? So he's running everything for us. Like he understands these are our first round, second round pick. These are our draft picks. Like these are our young core that we're going to develop and play around. And so early I had love for him. He was letting me rock in Summer League, drawing up plays for me. Like I fucked up. He was allowing me to mess up in Summer League, which I love because, that's the time to get better. Fast forward, like I said, Jim O'Brien's the head coach. Jim O'Brien gets fired. Now, at this point, I'm not playing, right? I'm very small spurts. I might play 5 minutes this game in garbage time. Next 10 games, I'm in a suit. Like, that's just how my career went up until they fired Jim O'Brien. Then they fired Jim O'Brien. Immediately, I start starting. Frank Vogel is the interim coach, so he takes over for the rest of that season. So I start starting. Like, Frank put me in the starting role. So, like, for me, that was like, all right, yeah, this is my dude. Like, I'm going to go through a wall for Frank. Like, whatever Frank need me to do, like, it's done. So that's how, when the opportunity presented, he gave me the opportunity to match up and guard Derrick Rose in the playoffs. Like, that was big for me. Whether Frank knows it or not, that was huge for me.
He know now.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, appreciate this opportunity. So, again, I start in the playoffs. I'm guarding D Rose. Granted, D Rose got the best of me, but it was a learning experience. And then from that day forward, I was his guy. He was rocking with me all the way through. And our relationship got so deep that, like, different moments throughout the season, his family's there, my family's not there sometimes. It'd be nights where, hey man, you want to come over for dinner? Hey, yeah, right. Cool. I'll pull up. I whip the Ferrari through the neighborhood, pull up at Frank's. I have dinner with his family. I'm playing soccer with his daughters. Like, that's where our relationship was. I was like literally family within the Vogels. And then fast forward now, when we see each other, we're amazed. My kids, I have kids now, right. We were talking, of his kids babysitting my kids at one point, but that's just how close we are. And we still remain close. I could still text him on holidays. We'll, happy, or Merry Christmas or Happy New Year's, happy Thanksgiving. He's one of us. That's my guy. That's my guy. So there's always love with the Vogel family. Like I said, forever appreciative of that opportunity he gave me.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not. I just was thinking.
Did you cry?
Could you imagine about this?
I like that one.
You know what I did think about though, which is funny because this is a real thought that I had yesterday, and it's about me crying.
Yeah.
I would 100% cry if you guys made it to the finals just to watch you play in an NBA finals. I would cry.
I would cry with you.
Oh,
I would cry like.
I'm not even an emotional person, but like, I 100% would be like,
well,
teared up.
Yeah, I cried at. There's only one basket. It was I think it was 2 years ago in the playoffs versus the Dallas Mavericks, and you guys just went on a crazy run. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting there like, what am I watching? Like, I started crying in the middle. YT's like,
well, we all better get to cry.
Like, yeah, bro, I'm just happy to watch them play.
We all better get to crying this year.
Yeah, I'm ugly crying too.
I bet you is.
You gotta.
I'm ugly.
I'm ready to cry this year. Let's forget a shirt to say I'm ready to
I'm
cry
ready to
this
cry
year.
Jackie, are you one of those
Happy
actors
tears.
that
We need a happy
can you
tears
like cry
shirt.
on command?
Sometime.
Okay,
Yeah.
we should. I want to see that one.
Yeah, but
You know, we are. You've worked. I'm sure you tried it as a kid.
Yeah, but not as like a professional.
Yeah.
I gotta like think of like some.
just think of something sad.
I don't like to go there.
You got a lot of pets, so think of your pets. Substitution.
What's the trick to
Go
that?
see.
You got to substitute something that you really love.
Is it like a cheat too though? Like, do they like? Do you have like a little
you gotta-
garlic or something on your
they got
hand or a
drops.
little onion?
They got
Not
drops
garlic,
that-
but onion.
They got drops that they got tear drops that
Okay.
that can kind of like
Make your
depending
eye
on how
watery.
much you put in your eye can make your eyes water. So if you got to know when to put that shit in,
Yeah.
because you can put it in too early. You getting ready to shoot the scene.
Yeah.
Already.
Shit, god damn. You got to just wait. But it's certain ways that if you put it in, they got something that you can do to do
Yeah.
the crying scene and everything. If you couldn't get there,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But other than that, you substitute like something that you really love. Your grandma, your
Yeah.
mom, your
And you
dad.
think about that.
I've seen
Yeah.
50 do it. I think there's
Yeah.
a good
You gotta
video
really
of 50
substitute
just,
something that you
boom, did it.
Mhm.
that you miss. If you went through something hard in life and it's easy to cry when you think of that, you're gonna cry.
That's
And you gotta stay in character while you
That's-
doing it.
That's why acting is tough. Because if I'm behind camera, I'm
Giggling.
I'm crying. Like, look at this motherfucker.
I love it. I'm gonna die doing it.
So let's talk about Kawhi's tear that he's been on. So when Kawhi's been available, you guys have won the last 12 of your 13 games. And I don't know what it is, P, and you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but from me watching, it looks like he's just picked it up in a notch. I don't know what it is. It's just instead of sometimes him looking like he's coasting, and I know he's so good that it might just look like he's coasting out there, but something about his handle, it just seems like he has a little bit more pep to his step or something like that. He just looks like things are working well. Talk a little bit about, Kawhi and what he's doing right now.
He making it look easy. Like he making it look easy, and it is easy for him. Like he got that much respect that like when he post up, they doubling him right away. Like we're not even gonna let you get a shot off right here. Like that's how effective he is at the post and getting to his spots. So he's figured out that like where I can post up at and how I can get mine. But I was looking at him yesterday, like actually watching him in the game. And I'm just like, bro, some people are just meant to hoop. Like some people were put on this earth just to play basketball. Like he like you watch him move, you watch his movement. Like that is a basketball player. Like it just like he was just made to do this. Like it's just the game just so easy for him. It don't matter if it's mid range from three. It's cash, bro. It's money. Like and I don't know. I think it just put everybody around at ease too. Like knowing there's a lifeline there. You know what I mean? Like that's a reliable source right there. Yeah. Like we good. Yeah. We good.
But watching him though, do you get what I'm saying? It just feels like he has more like a little bit more explosive in his steps. Cause again, he's so good that he really doesn't need, like you can't really guard up on him because he's so big, but he can dribble well enough to just get to his spot and shoot. But lately, I just feel like he's been more like he's just attacking. It just seems different to
He's
me.
like basic fundamental to me.
He is. Like but he don't gotta do nothing like
Nothing fancy, is what I'm saying.
bro, his hands is so big it allows him to get anywhere he wants to get to. Like in situations where people will get the ball ripped or stole, like just from a hand getting in there and poking it, like it's just like he don't even.
Kawhi is why
Usually, like when the ball's getting poked, people like, all right, pick it up 2 hands. Bro, he's still like dribbling it. Like he'll just palm it like.
this dude is so eccentric.
Yeah, full control. Like, and I'm thinking like, damn, I definitely would have turned that one over.
I know
It
it's
just-
funny.
I think
like-
on defense that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
I seen him do some steal yesterday where they was tried to give somebody the ball in the post real fast.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere and just get that out of here. And somebody got the steal and went down and dunked. Was it Russ? No, that was Russ when he got that steal himself. It was somebody else.
I
know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
he went in there and got it, and they was off to the races.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. I can't put the play in my head right now, but I remember
Kawhi.
that moment at least. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just he making the game look so easy, bro. Like it literally is easy for him.
P, at the end of the last game, you know, they were talking about, you did an interview where they asked you how you felt about the team and that you feel like you guys are gelling. And this has to be, you know, kind of the best flow that you guys have been into. But you did mention, and I know it's kind of like a cliche answer, like, oh, we got some stuff that we need to improve on still. Mm-hmm. I want to know, like, what are some things that you think, like, you know, yes, we're in a good flow, but what are the things that you feel like the team needs to work on right now?
I think we're still struggling to rebound as a unit. And one of the biggest things we want to work on, like, we'll have moments of going up big and then not putting teams away. Like, you talk about the teams that have won it and teams that are serious contenders. When they go up big,
it's over.
It's over. Like, damn, the team knows it. Like, this game's over with. We lost. Teams, like, they coming back, they're playing their way. Like, we'll have moments where we're turning the ball over, we're getting bad shots or whatever. And our defense is just not holding up. Like, we give teams that life that they can come back and make it a game again. So I think we saw a great version of that last night in New Orleans. We went up big. We solidified that, all right, we shut the door on this game.
Shit.
This game's over with. Like, that's the next phase, I think, for us. And regardless of who's on the floor, like our second unit, we're gonna come in and we're gonna still do what first unit did. First unit, we're gonna push that lead up. That's when we become a serious contender. When like the game is decided by third quarter.
I love that.
What did y'all put in Powell and coffee drink? Because them boys is balling right now.
T-Man had a good game. I was so happy. Like,
I'm happy for T-Man.
We need T-Man.
Yeah.
Like, T-Man is, man.
I'm happy for T-Man. And I told him, I told him funny story. I told him, because, you know, he was struggling to shoot the 3-ball in 2023. So I was like, bro, 2024, we shooting the shit out of it, all right?
Okay.
And that's great. He's been balling ever since, shooting above 50 or like 40 clip from 3.
It's crazy seeing where y'all at right now from when y'all first. It was all it was a little stressful. Publicity for the James Harden and all this. It was I was like, damn. It was a little stressful. But now, like, literally, y'all look like we about to cry. Yeah. We about to cry. You know,
in Power Rangers, they get their ass whooped in the beginning, right? And then they figure out we got to come together as the fucking, I don't know, I forget what Power Rangers is, but the
Unity, I don't know.
Everybody put their little shit in.
They say
what color are you?
I'm the...
Which one?
I don't even remember.
I'm the Black Ranger.
Okay.
The Black Ranger?
Okay, I'm the Black Ranger.
I'm the Green Ranger.
Is there a Yellow Ranger?
Yeah.
That's the girl.
You could be that.
You know, we don't want to discriminate. So I'll be the...
The best way to learn a language? Immersion. Living where the language is spoken and using it every day. But if that's not in the cards this year, you can still learn a language the second best way, and that's with Babbel.
Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching, so you're ready to practice what you've learned in the real world.
Babbel is designed by real people for real conversation. Yo, fellas, how has Babbel helped y'all?
It's helped me a little bit. Wifey downloaded it, so, you know, we're trying to learn Spanish a little bit.
Muy bien, señor. Muy bien. Pequito español now.
Okay, it's faster than hermosa.
It's helped me a little bit. I know a little, you know, a couple words here and there now from Spanish, and it's useful.
Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners now at babbel.com/podcastp.
Once again, get 55% off at babbel.com/podcastp, spelled BABBEL.com/podcastp. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Around New Year's, we get obsessed with how to change ourselves instead of just expanding on what we're already doing right. Yo, fellas, what are some of the things you want to keep the same about yourself or your life in 2024? Like, think the opposite of New Year, New You.
I think for me, it's just, you know, remaining the confident individual I am and continuing to praise and trust and keeping my trust in God. I think that's helped me. And it's kind of the approach to go into 2024.
Like that.
Yeah, I would say I think I did a good job towards the end of 2023 of making sure that I'm back in the gym. So I'm glad that I kind of got a head start on that. You know, typically it's like, all right, it's New Year, I got to go to the gym, but I've been locked in at the gym, so I'm happy that I'm going to keep that moving in 2024.
That's what I like. I like to hear that. Good one for both of y'all. Therapy helps you find your strengths so you can ditch the extreme resolution and make changes that really stick.
If you're considering starting therapy, try BetterHelp. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/podcastp today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/podcastp.
I've been looking to find the best deals on some Stagecoach tickets, and with today's episode being sponsored by SeatGeek, you know where I'm going to purchase some tickets.
That's a great move because SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. There are more than 70,000 events on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more.
With the NFL, NBA, and NHL season in full swing, you don't want to miss out. SeatGeek has your tickets to every game, plus artists like my boy Drake, Travis Scott, and Bad Bunny are all on tour.
They put all the tickets across the web in one place so you know you're getting the best deal. And then they rate the tickets on a scale from 1 to 10. And finally, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that allows you to return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps.
So make sure y'all use my code PODCASTP for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code PODCASTP. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Just joining the show, we got our guy, the Big Cat, with us today via the Connect. It's sponsored by AT&T. Stay connected to what matters most with AT&T 5G. Big Cat, appreciate you joining us, bro. How you doing? How you feeling?
Doing great, brother. Feeling good, man. We winning games. I can't complain.
There we go. There we go. We all want to wish a happy New Year's to you and all that good stuff, you know?
Yeah, same to y'all, same to y'all, same to y'all.
Sounds like and looks like y'all starting the year off hot.
Whoa, yeah. We had to lose 2 before we got to 1, but you know what? We had learned some lessons. Felt pretty good last night. Got the job done. I see y'all playing well as usual as well.
Hey, we you know, we picking up where we left off to start 2024. You feel me?
I see.
Great vibes over here.
I see.
we do gotta, you know, because it's news now. Shout out Ricky Rubio deciding to you know, hang him up. He was once your teammate. Mm-hmm. How was that? Do you have any good stories of him being a teammate and what you took away from him and, you know, just giving him his flowers as he decides to hang it up?
I feel like anyone who's been blessed to play with Ricky probably kind of has the same stories or feeling playing with him, you know, just how great of a human being he is, how great of a professional he is. For me, my story for me starts with him. I first got to Minnesota, I got drafted, and the first person that welcomed me into Minnesota was Ricky. And he took me to a restaurant in Minnesota and just showed me around the city, drove me around the city, just showing me spots I should know about and stuff like that. And just really welcomed me to Minnesota, made me feel comfortable. Yeah. And I just think that's how Ricky always is, you know, with all his teammates. He makes everyone feel so comfortable, so loved and cared for. And I think that's not even talking about him as a basketball player, one of the best passers I've ever seen in my life, but just as a human. Yeah. I'm forever grateful to him for making me a better man. And that's what I really appreciate about him.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. Shout out Ricky Rube. One of my stories was actually so random. I'm out preparing for the draft. He obviously came out a year before me in 2009. So 2010, I'm working and preparing for the draft in LA. And, you know, I know he's not from here, so I didn't know how much of California or LA for that matter does he know, but like he was literally by himself, like in the gym working on his game by himself, like no trainer, no, like he was kind of just there. And it was just, you know, we grew a relationship then, and he's been, you know, since he's been in the league, it's always just been cool. You know, when we see each other, we appreciate and acknowledge each other from afar, or whether we're matched up against each other, we, we'll say what's up during the game. But it was just so random at that moment that like, what are you doing here? Like, who's working you out? Like, where's your trainer? Like, he just had his own schedule at that point in time. So I thought that was very funny.
That's the type of things I've been seeing too. When I went over to Spain, I seen those type of workouts too by Ricky, and I never we do when we were growing up, we was young, we didn't have no rebounders, you know what I'm trying to say, P, but like, I was seeing him work out like that, and I was just always seeing him in the gym working on his game, working on like his passing too. Like he would just even pass it to nobody just to make sure his passing was on time, and the spot was perfect. But when I went to Spain this summer for World Cup, we played Spain and we watched him. One of the players who's like a god over there, he's like one of the best Spanish players of all time. He was working out. He was doing the same exact thing as Ricky. So now I realize how we picked it up. Yeah. Man was just with him in the basketball, just working on spots. Just spots. I'm going to go to this spot. I'm going to get to this elbow. I'm going to shoot this shot. I'm going to get to this elbow. I'm going to take one dribble right, shoot. So now it makes sense.
They just self-efficient over there. That's it.
For sure.
Kat, how's the golf game looking right now?
Bad. I haven't played at all. So I need to be getting back on the course. I've been complaining this whole time to Finch about I'm trying to get out 2 days ago and today to the golf course here in Dallas and Houston, but I haven't made it work out, so it ain't good.
Yeah, it's been iffy over here too, just so you know.
Pete been playing a lot of golf.
I found some time to golf. Do y'all like when y'all go play in certain cities and y'all stay over, or y'all there for like say 2 days? Like, because we've stayed at resorts where there's golf,
Phoenix,
like golf courses
Venetian.
Yeah, Phoenix. We were in San Antonio for like 3-4 days. We played around a golf.
What's this
there.
hotel in San Antonio? We didn't get that kind of resort treatment. Yeah, I got different bread. My bad.
Well, we played them twice. Like we played them on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So we was there for like 4 or 5 days. And where we stayed, so I guess the long extended stay, we would stay at like a resort. So we was at a resort that had a golf course, so we played there. And to be honest, that was probably one of the best I've ever played.
Yeah, he was so hyped. He's like, bro,
it makes sense because there's no
like,
pressure. You're not thinking. You're just playing to play.
I was playing with YT, so it was no pressure whatsoever.
No hills, just super flat.
There you go. That's what we gotta start. We gotta start praising YT on this show, man. I'll be watching your show. We don't praise YT enough for just being a confidence builder. You know what I'm trying to say? Nah, he needs to be. He's a great confidence booster. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we bring him to anything athletic. It's confidence.
Yeah, he's homie number one for sure.
Shout out to our producer YTT.
So, Kat, you guys are currently first in the West, and coming up this week, you're going to be matching up with the Clippers. But earlier in the season, KD had a tweet after a game versus LeBron, and quotations, it says, "At some point, you non-athletes are going to start to understand that friends compete harder against one another." And just want to get your thoughts on if you feel this same way, and kind of talk about how you approach, playing against the Clippers and lacing them up against Paul.
I mean, he's right. I don't get he's right on the money. Like friends always play harder against friends just because, there's pride on the line. There's bragging rights on the line. So, I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to playing P, but I'm definitely staying in the present. I've been doing a really good job of staying in the present, not looking too much into the future. Every game means a lot to us. So just kind of taking that approach, of course, can't wait to see P, can't wait to laugh, compete against him. But I honestly didn't know we were playing this week. I just wanted to make sure I stayed on the present. Whoever the opponent tomorrow is who I worry about. And I get to that next opponent when I get to it.
Yeah, I think people don't understand.
It's worked out well.
Yeah, it's working out very well for you guys. But I think what people don't understand is like the value in that, like, because we're good friends, we close friends, we vacation together, our wives obviously are amazing friends, like it's deeper connection than what people seem to realize. But for us, like, we talking shit on vacation, like, like I can't wait.
We competing on vacation. We competing on vacation. We talk about the matchups when we do play each other. Like we're holding that. We're talking about the last year when we played you guys. Like I think it's bigger than
what people imagine that like because we're friends, like we don't compete hard. Nah, we compete more because we're holding I'm holding that over you. Like, Cat, you remember when I blocked you? Like, we smacked y'all that.
Yeah, it's more comfortable.
Like, we're
You
holding
remember
that against each other.
I know. You brought it about 5 times or something about that one block. My man blocked the shot. He closed his eyes with his one little finger, got the ball. Like, come on, man. Viewers need to understand. Hell nah. Don't let me go back to that spot again.
But look, now because of that moment, like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a 2-hand tomahawk now. Like, fuck that. I ain't going up one-handed now.
You gotta go on with both.
I mean, viewers gotta understand, like, there's times when we're in Greece. I remember we was in Greece and all the wives was doing their thing and stuff, and you just see me and P over there, and he'd be like, I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna get the ball in the left elbow, I'm gonna go right here, you can't do nothing about it. I'm like, P, I'm gonna cut that off, I'm gonna get right here. Now I'm gonna go right behind. We talking about every single play, and I think viewers understand when you friends, you even more comfortable having those conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? If you're not friends with people, you're not even gonna waste your energy.
Talk about the pool race. This is how competitive we were. Talk about the pool race.
The shit out of all y'all. Yeah. Shout out to Dominican Republic.
Think about me, Carl, Pat Bev, Pat in this big ass pool, and we like competing against each other. Our ladies is like sunbathing on the side, like, and we like dead on like competing, trying to see who the best swimmer is. Like,
goggles on.
We had goggles on. But we like damn near killing ourselves trying to hold our breath to like get that extra edge. Like, we all compete. We doing the Olympic turnaround.
Who did the best?
Cat. He beat the shit out of us.
The Dominican, of course. The Dominican got it done. I know.
The Dominican.
The dude that caught the water with his hair.
Paul had the nerve to complain. He was complaining about, because the turn you did in the water was better than ours. If I knew how to turn like that, I would have won. Get your ass out of here. You just lost.
We was doing the Olympic turn, like going there, flip around.
And I couldn't do that.
That was for. We even had Big Zoo. Big Zoo trying to do it.
Big Zoo couldn't do it.
Big Zoo was slapping the water. It was like, boom.
You know what you needed? Sugan.
Big out, because he swims. Yeah, that's a fact.
What you need,
man. Shout out to Patrick Patterson too, man. He had to do a lot of push-ups out of that pool race, man.
That's right.
That was bad. That was bad news for him. We got videos of all of this too, P. We got videos.
We got to leak it. We got to leak it at some point.
I like how we said we're gonna leak it. Like, they're not gonna know it's us.
I know, right?
You snitched on yourself.
So, Kat, last time we talked about you becoming the vet for Anthony Edwards, and you did mention some of the things that you wish that you could help him with. And I know, being a young guy, eat whatever and putting that into his body. But right now, man, he been balling the last 6 games, 34 points, 5 assists, shooting from a 49% clip from the field. What can you contribute to him being this locked in right now?
I think first of all, it always starts with the player. He wants to be great. He wants to be this great. So you got to give all credit to him. He puts the work in. He's constantly in the gym. His mindset's right. He wants to be great. So all credit goes to him. Us as older players and vets who've been around, it's up to us to just keep him locked in, keep him accountable, and also help him in any way possible, whether it's in the game, making the job easier. If it's instead of him having to dribble the ball, we do chase action. We get him some double aways or something like that, just to make the game easier for him. It's up to us to make sure that we help him, and whether it's also we see something in the game that can help him make the job easier for him, it's us to make it happen. So, like I said, all credit goes to him. The stats he's putting up, the way he's shooting the ball, that's all a culmination of all the work he's put into the gym. And then on the side, we're just trying to help him any way possible to be great and reach his potential.
Got it. We just talked about, we were talking about two-way guys and guys wanting to take that initiative to play both ends. And that's what I think stands out for me, and why I appreciate him so much is he wants to be great, not only on offense, but defensively too. And you don't see that a lot in, young guys, or they might have that mentality, but one side is heavily weighed. They might be really good defensively and poorly offensive, or the opposite. So, shout out AE, he's the future. He is definitely the future.
Does he remind you a little bit of you?
From the standpoint of competing on both ends, yes. But where he is and where I was at that age, he's got me beat.
Yeah, I mean, he's special. I just, I know you so well. When sometimes I see the way he competes when he's really locked in defensively and he really wants to, guard like that at that high level. He gives me kind of flashbacks of you. I think obviously you have different intangibles. You have your different size and kind of a different like way of using your skill set. But he kind of gives me that Paul George two-way elite player, and so I think it's shout out to AE. But I know he's definitely been watching tape on you, so it's kind of you setting the tone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I just gotta give you your flowers. I just gotta give you your flowers.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate that. It's always good to hear. But I'm in definitely agreement with you. Like when you talk about someone that takes every possession serious, and that's how I used to defend. Like I wanted to win every possession defensively. Like that was my goal every time on the floor. When we're on defense, I want to win this possession. Like that's how I used to think about when it came to guarding. I might get crossed, but like, how can I make up for it? Like, how can I still win that possession? And I think that's
basketball,
how,
though. That's basketball.
Yeah, it's basketball. Yeah, you're gonna play against the best. Somebody's gonna make you look bad.
We get so caught up in the hoop mixtape. We get so caught up in the hoop mixtape and era that everyone's so scared to end up on social media, but you forget you gotta play basketball. Like stuff like that happens to anybody. Right. Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, it don't matter who you name. Tony Allen, it could be any defensive player, great player. It happens to everybody. Like the fact that you even took the challenge to step up to guard at that kind of level with that tenacity, it's the reason why it separates the great defenders from the good defenders to the all right defenders.
Right. Preach.
Cat, can I be a little nosy?
When you're not nosy.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So, Cat, earlier this season, there was an incident where Draymond Green choked out one of your teammates during the game. Now, some people criticize you for not intervening, but the people they said you didn't intervene quick enough. And, this is where I get nosy. I wanted to know about the situation in your relationship with Rudy Gobert, and did you two ever even speak about the incident afterwards? And do you have any more insights to share with us that we don't know about?
I love Rudy. Rudy's my dog. That's one of my really good friends. We talk all the time. It's funny enough, we're supposed to be playing Call of Duty right after this, so we'll play later. But we've never had a problem. I think if anything, me and Rudy's relationship has helped our team tremendously, and it's because we both just want to win. We've never had no problems, even after all of that. It's funny enough, me and him are laughing about it more than anything.
But what they want to know, what took you so long to get over there? That's
what you mean took so long?
What took you so long to get over there?
Who's we?
What do you mean took so long?
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know because he almost got suplexed. I was wondering when somebody else big was gonna come over and help out. And don't do that, Dallas. But we want to know a little bit.
It's like I don't know what people wanted me to do, but if it would have been 3 big old basketball players in a double Nelson, that would have looked crazy. Right. It would have looked crazy. You just got double Nelsons going on.
What happened like that day? That like what else happened after that situation? Once it was all said and done, like what else happened? Like after the game, behind the anything else go down?
No. I wish I could tell you there was something super good. Or
you're very good at not answering this question.
I wish I could tell you something cool, but honestly, we laughed about it. It wasn't even anything serious. It wasn't we were more talking about how we came out with a really big win there. Because after all of that, we stayed composed, we stayed mature, and we made some really big plays at the end to get the win. So
yeah,
it would have been something if that would have happened, and it would have led to us losing. It would have been something much bigger to us. But the fact that we came out of that game, still had a super competitive game and found a way to win, no one was really thinking about that. We like I said, our focus, we got a good laser focus and mentality this year and discipline where it's all about putting one in the left column. So we wasn't really thinking about that. After the game, we was laughing and everything.
I thought you responded the way you should have, right? You, regardless of people saying, oh, he could have punched or threw it bro, that's not like, at the end of the day, you're there to win a game, and you were there for your teammate. You had his back. You was trying to de-escalate the situation at the same time while not overly, doing something crazy to get you kicked out the game as well, right? So I thought you checked every box on that situation, and as a leader, finished the game out and got up out of there with a W. So
come on.
I had your back on that one.
I appreciate
love,
it. You
look at that.
love that.
He told us some other shit when we was by ourselves, though.
We'll leave that for Call of Duty. We'll leave that for the Call of Duty.
Yeah, we leave that for call.
Now, we know the main goal is to win a championship, right? That's the main goal on pretty much everyone's bulletin board. But I got to ask, what else? What else is the goal for Cat this season?
Honestly, it's just a win. I think if I could do anything, I really would love to bring rounds 1 in the playoffs to Minnesota again. So I think it's start off with that, and then just continue to build as a team and find ourselves hopefully in the NBA Finals as the complete version of ourselves that year and give ourselves a chance. So like I said, I've been focusing really just staying on the present every single day, finding different ways we could get better as a team, get more locked in, stay disciplined, build a resilience to whatever trials and tribulations come in the game or in between us off the court, just continue to build resilience. So when we get to the playoffs, we're an unbreakable team with an unbreakable bond and has everything lined up for us to play our best basketball when it means the most. So I think that's really the goal. I know it's about championship, but I think it's about just every day conquering the day, finding a different way to win that day. And then at the end, we just stack up them wins, keep putting ones in the left column, not only for the NBA stats, but just for ourselves as men and as brothers and as teammates. And, let the chips fall where they fall at the end when we have to cash in all them W's and all them lessons and teachings.
Love that, man. Look at little bro, man. Little bro, man. Little bro and grown up, man. Look at that, man. He got an Oscar. He just won an Oscar over there. Oh, man. On that note, bro, we appreciate you. We appreciate you taking time out of the schedule. We know y'all just got to Dallas, so I know how the travel is and how much, that downtime means to people. So, again, we appreciate you, brother, for connecting with us. Stay close to the action absolutely. With AT&T 5G at home or on the go. AT&T 5G keeps you connected to the game you love. Big Cat, appreciate you, brother.
Cat.
Appreciate you, Cat.
Love.
First season and second season with us. Come on, man.
Let's go.
Don't cap me. We on the game tonight.
Nah, you be trying to play with YT, trash ass.
I just need his lobby.
Say less. Let me go test this hotel Wi-Fi real quick. Oh, wow. That's crazy. You got the bot lobby. Love that.
The bot lobby. That's why you play with. That's why he gets an invite. He thinks it's because
he has to host.
Want to play with
you
him.
got to have him host the game. You got to have him host the game because
we join on him. We don't send him the invite. We join on him.
Love that. That's a vet move right there. Big vet move.
Love, fam. We'll connect soon.
Love, brother.
We appreciate the podcast P fam checking in with us. Big Cat. Thank you, my brother.
His second time.
Remember, he was the original. Before we wrap, we got some fan love. Our very special Postman P. We got to answer some questions.
Let's see what we got.
What we got?
Oh, look like our boy Nate slid up in our DMs with this. He says, honest reaction to the Wemby and Giannis showdown. Also, which head-to-head player matchups over the last 20 years were your favorites to watch?
The Wemby and Giannis showdown was special.
For sure.
That was
I couldn't
two
believe he blocked
avatars playing against each other.
That was dope.
That was definitely dope. Like the creativity at that size. Talk about Wemby splitting it and throwing it off the backboard. Boom.
We're behind the back on
Damian Lillard to the boom. Giannis punching shit on people.
The Spurs just look good as a group.
They played well that game.
You could see okay, maybe not now, but in the future. I don't even know all the guys' names, but the whole team was playing well. They were not worried about Milwaukee. They were out there competing.
Yeah, they were locked in. It was a fun game. It was definitely a fun game, and you saw the potential of Wemby in that game against a elite matchup in Giannis. Yeah, that was a fun one to watch. It was a fun one to watch. What's a head-to-head matchup the last 20 years?
Anything with Kobe, man. Just watching anyone Kobe. Kobe
any
or
Kobe
Melo.
matchup, yeah.
I used to love watching people just.
Yeah. I love that matchup, Kobe and Melo, those playoff matchups. That was very fun to watch. My actual first NBA game was Kobe and T-Mac.
I think, bro, was that the pump one? Where we set up at the suite?
No. That was my second game.
Okay.
I remember walking away from that game, and obviously I'm a big fan of both of them, but that's what really made me into who I am today. When I saw Kobe, T-Mac was busting Kobe ass. No, I won't, sugarcoat that one. T-Mac was on Kobe that day. But what I took away from it was Kobe was matching up with T-Mac. T-Mac wasn't matching up with Kobe. And that's where I was that's respect. Kobe he wants that matchup. I think Shane Battier was guarding Kobe at the time, and T-Mac, I don't know, maybe it was guarding Meta or some shit, or Trevor Reeves. I don't know, I forget. But watching the game, it was like Kobe wanted that matchup, and I was just like, man, this is dope. That's how I want to play. I want to guard the best player, and just that perspective of the game. That's kind of where it started for me of really wanting to play both sides.
In your first matchup, Rose, remember?
Yeah, it was cool. That was dope. So I guess any matchup Kobe was in was fun to watch.
Iverson,
Chris Paul, and
Him was fun to watch,
Iverson. Yeah, we was blessed as California kids, bro.
Man,
we was definitely blessed.
It's not the same anymore.
It's not the same.
Not even close.
Because you don't see you rarely see the guys. That's why I appreciate the Giannis and Wemby. You want to see the best players go against each other. Ain't no hiding, ain't no ducking. You the best player. I want to guard you. Don't give me the dude that sits in the corner. Give me the dude that thinks he's the best. That's who I want to guard.
Yeah, we need more of that.
Gotta have a lot of more competitive players in the league. They ain't too competitive. You gotta be like P. P want that competitive.
I think they competitive, but people are afraid, I think, of being embarrassed.
You can't have no fear then.
Yeah.
Don't take a job and you got fear.
If you got fear, yeah, that's fact.
Like you said, you became better because of no fear.
Right.
And being competitive. To this day, you competitive with us and we ain't even in the NBA. So
right.
Imagine what you go through, when you see, and you got so many options to learn from, playing with other greats on your team, to learn from them. But to be out there and doing it like you said, that's even more of a big plus. You doing that up and down the court. You taking over the big player, especially if you get a fast person what's his name from the Kings? Fox, and you got to stick him for 4 quarters. Right. Oh my God!
Right.
I feel sorry for whoever going through that.
Right.
But I give respect for people who going through that because you're trying. And you one of them guys.
I'm an old head too. You got to think I'm 34. Well, about to be 34.
Hey, I don't want to say
and
my
I'm still
age.
there's young guys that ain't taking matchups.
Exactly, when they should.
Next up is from Jones2875. Since Jackie is the Hollywood rep on the show, what's your take on the Cat Williams interview?
I'm going to look at it like this. I'm going to be honest. I always was learned all publicity is good publicity. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And everybody can say he was drunk on there and all that. I wouldn't say that.
No.
That man, he's a grown man who's been drinking for years. You know how to tolerate your tone of drinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think he was being honest about a lot of stuff. Because coming from our view, we don't see what he see or out at the comedy stores every night and hearing what he's hearing. I don't know what statements are all true, but I don't think he would go on somebody's show and lie. He kept saying you had whoever on the show. Why you didn't ask him that? Why they didn't say this? And I'm not saying that he's out to point fingers at everybody. If I was some of them people, I would look at it like, damn, he mentioned my name. He didn't have to mention nobody's name.
Well, I think originally they were mentioning his name. So he came to the platform to kind of clean his name. And that was the reason that he went at, Faison, went at Steve, went at Kevin, Ricky Smiley.
He went at a lot of people.
I think he went at everybody. Cedric, I think that was the reason he went at everybody, because
he wanted to get his talk back on it or whatever.
Exactly.
But if you see it, obviously, as big as it got, I would say most of this stuff must be true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be. Like, I don't know how much is true. Like, to your point, some of it's gotta be true if no one is just like coming out saying, like, you know what I mean, that's cap. Some of the stuff was outrageous though. Like,
then they showing old
reading 3,000 books a year, that's
yeah, no way.
You gotta think, being a comedian, first of all, you always in comedian mode. Of course, you're gonna say stuff that's not true.
Okay.
And funny.
So that's more so on us than on him.
Yeah, you can believe that if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, but now he's saying he's doing 100 comedy clubs out of the year.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I believe that.
Because he's kept women. You gotta think this man has been blackballed in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
When he's one of the top comedians, not to say what number he is, but he's one of the top. Been blackballed. Still, people think he's never gonna do nothing. He comes back. While he's blackballed, he wins an Emmy.
Mm-hmm. Emmy
is a big award in the acting world.
Right.
Then most of the stuff that he was saying, he is a good actor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
great actor.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
You know, you got an Emmy. That's like damn near in the TV world getting an Oscar.
Yeah.
And a lot of people he was talking about don't have an Emmy.
Uh-huh.
Not to say they're not great at their job. I'm just saying they don't have one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning this man is on a level where you know him for being one of the great comedians. He's respected in the game. But ever since that little situation when he was going on his rants, everybody looked at him different.
Mm-hmm.
And now people are going on shows talking about him. Yes, he's going to come back and say something. At the end of the day, he has a show he's getting ready to shoot in May.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect time. If somebody was talking about me, I'm going to talk it back, say what I got to say, whether if y'all believe it or not. Guess what? I want to go to his show in May.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go support it. If I was any of these other artists that he was talking about, go set y'all comedy show up and go talk about him now. Because it's interesting. Put some money in your pocket. All publicity is great publicity.
Yeah, I do think he did a great job of kind of just opening up the conversation to where now everybody can touch on and it's relevant across the board, right? Like everybody that he talked about is now relevant, including himself. I was a fan of him, but like to watch him in that interview and to see him in that, you know, to get that perspective on him in less of a comedic role or you know him doing a stand up or a movie, man, I'm a fan of him. Like he's smart, like
Very
you can tell he's super intelligent. That was I get it. All right, 3,000 books. That might be a lot, but you can tell he read a lot of books and he's very smart and he understands you know what's going around in the world and like I took away from that like it's
You think about
he
it,
intelligent in the motherfucker.
If there was somebody in the NBA that told secrets that really goes on behind the NBA that we don't know about, and somebody had the heart to come up here and say this what really goes on, but nobody say nothing because they like shit, he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's a time in life which we in a crazy world, we waiting on somebody to be that person that talks and tell us what really goes on in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's that guy right now that said, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to tell you what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Taraji came out, said something. Monique said something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff that Cat Williams said, he said before, and now look at the world.
Yeah.
It's actually happening.
Yeah.
So, of course, if he's seeming upset or mad or sitting back, he done said some of the stuff that's been happening, and y'all done blackballed me, and I said what was going to happen.
That is interesting because like you brought up Monique, they blackballed Monique for her speaking out and being real, telling what's really going on. I do think that he's spoke about the gatekeeping stuff. That's not my industry, so I don't know too much about stuff like that. But I can definitely see they care for who they do. That happens in our league. There's guys that are talented, that are really good in the league, but they can't stick nowhere because of reputation or, arm in arms, people being like, we can't have him around. He's not good for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prime example, DeMarcus Cousins, right? Not in the league because people don't, he was, they still paint that picture on him.
He can't control his anger, they think. They assume.
Right? And some people are just passionate about their job. They're passionate, and that's the same way Cat Williams comes off. He's passionate about comedy. He's passionate about people that work hard, that put time into their craft.
Yeah.
He's the person that will
No
go in the
shortcuts
room.
with him.
He's the person. I done met Cat plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy stores. Every time I seen this man, always speaks what's up. Because if he knows you, he's going to acknowledge you, say what up. But he's always been an honest guy.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, man, I don't agree or disagree with Cat. I think he was saying what he's seen and saw and what he's been through and what he's really know that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was just speaking his mind, man, and go see his show in May.
That last thing, the episode, we're filming this on a Saturday, but last night I checked the episode and it was up to 18 million views in 48 hours.
It was 19 when I watched it.
And what I got from it though, like, and I would give a lot of credit to Shannon, because that's awkward. And he talked about it on his late night cap with Ocho, but like that's difficult. Imagine if we were put in that situation where we brought a guest and they were just kind of, that can be tough to.
I know he was like,
there's a lot you'd be thinking, you know what I mean? What would you do? We saw the I forgot the guy's last name on Cam Newton's pod, but that was a difficult probably job for Shannon from typical people that he interviews. So
and I'm sure it was like a step further than that, because he's interviewed all these dudes before Cat. So he's seen and he's heard so many perspectives.
And
so when Cat's saying
every
this,
show.
Yeah,
he was hot.
Every show.
He was hot and ready. You could tell he did his homework and he was locked into.
And I didn't see him act. Did y'all see him liberated any type of way?
Nah,
he was minding his business, having a regular conversation.
That's
like
where the
we
respect.
had.
That's where the respect, for me grew. Like, because I did hear about him being locked up and him fighting the kid and.
Right.
You heard about all these stories, and then now you get to really, I just associated him with the comedian, and then now seeing this side of him, I didn't know the in between and what really happened. So for him to explain his side of the story,
it made total sense.
Man. Shit happened. He's a human being. Like, it's not because of drugs. Like, he stand on business.
He said everything.
He stand on business.
I smoke weed. He stand on business.
Stand on business.
He ain't walking around sucking on no passes.
He ain't sucking on no passes.
He ain't sucking on no passes.
And that's a wrap on the episode. Big shout out in a day full of cats, our very own Big Cat. Appreciate you coming on to the episode once again.
Thank you.
And fellas, it's another banger. Stay tuned for the next episode.